Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, D-Generation X proudly brings to you its Tag Team Champions of the World! I'm going to go with, the Road Dogg James Rowlands?
We'll go with that.
Does that make you the badass Scott Bradshaw?
I'll take being an ass man.
The New Age Outlaws! Who am I then? Does that make me like the X-Pac of this group?
Well, I think your figure fits. You know, the sort of slightly dark haired.
Hi everybody. Little throwback to what's that, like early noughties wrestling?
Maybe. I'm useless with dates and things. It was a while ago.
It was a throwback to good wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fine period there. It was a fine period of DXing.
The Attitude Era.
Yes.
I wish I knew what you're talking about.
Uh-huh. When did your wrestling start? Well, when did you begin your quasi love affair of wrestling? It happened to me really early. I was a kid.
I was a bit older, I think. Old enough to know better, young enough to still get suckered in.
My parents, I think, went over someone's house and then they brought back a video cassette, like a VHS copy, not like the original WWE official, and it was the Survivor Series where the Undertaker made his debut.
Wow, that's old.
And it was but I like the names. It was like Legion of Doom and the Texas Tornado and Coco Beware. I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Dusty Rhodes. I thought that was funny. So it was the names that got me in terms of them all having these what I perceived to be stupid names. And obviously, I think my first ever match was Mr. Perfect with Demolition. You know what I mean? And you know, as a little metalhead, if Demolition come out with their black leather and studs, it's only so long before you go, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I'm off to join Judas Priest.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit. They had a cool track though, Demolition. I think they had a good intro track. So
Demolition.
Their official names were Axe, Smash, and Crush.
Of course, they sound like cartoon characters. Like
it was a simpler time with simpler wrestling names. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember one called Hercules. It's pretty basic. He was strong. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly. It was a lot simpler then. Whereas now they
That's
have
what it says on the tin.
Yeah, exactly.
James' favourite wrestler.
Oh my god. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, who only got better when he played. It was Randy Savage that played Bonesaw, wasn't it, in the Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Yeah. He was genuinely married to Miss Elizabeth as well. For a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Ironically enough, when they eventually got married as a storyline, by then they were actually divorced.
Awkward.
Awkward. But in real life, they were genuinely married for quite a long time, and she was genuinely his manager for a long time too. Oh, I just realised I've not clicked on the chat, so everyone's been speaking and I missed it.
I know everyone said hi to us, and we've just ignored them to carry on talking about wrestling.
Evening, Dave. Hi, boys. Hi, everyone. What's the betting? Will is talking to himself again. Straight out of the box with some dissing for you, Will. World of Sport, Big Daddy. Yeah, baby. Giant Haystacks. ITV Saturday lunchtime. I remember that. Oh my God, that made me jump. I didn't realise how low my phone was. Turned up, and the live started when I was busy concentrating on something else. Well, fucking shame on you, Susie Boots.
Why were you concentrating on something else? You should have been there glued to the screen.
Exactly. Outrageous. You can't multitask this shit. This is the finest thing that ever existed.
We're not a podcast you could put on to go to sleep.
Nah, no.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
Lindo
you might
Ken.
drive some people to sleep.
I'd forgotten about that, dude. Do you remember Lindo Ken?
No.
He was he had like the cane stick. He was like
he sounds like a Street Fighter character.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Shoryuken. We've had a shout already for Ultimate Warrior. I have to say,
Susie said that Y2J is always her favourite. I'm a big Jericho fan. I'm a big
can't
Jericho
not
fan.
Last Survivor of the Heart Dungeon. It's all about the Y2J. But yeah, no. Ultimate Warrior is one of the few things that have ever in my life given me genuine goosebumps. But yeah, WrestleMania 7 when, funny enough, Macho Man's getting his ass handed to him by, I can't quite remember, somewhat bad, Sid Vicious maybe, anyway, and then Warrior's music hits. He charges down, shakes the ropes and goes mental. Oh, my little 12-year-old mind was like, oh, I love him. He's amazing. He saved my man. Oh, God. Yeah. That's all I got.
Bless you, little 12-year-old socks.
Yeah, I was big into it. I had posters, full scale, British Bulldog posters, Ultimate Warrior posters. But my favorite was the Texas Tornado. He was to me the coolest, which very few people remember.
Yeah, I don't remember some of these people.
Yeah, it's because I'm ancient, Will. Unlike you,
Right.
you were much more the Attitude Era, Stone Cold. Obviously the Rock, etc. So
I'm trying to mute my mic for the stream every time I cough. I hope that works. I'm not sure. I'm sure. I know you guys can hear it, but I don't know if people can hear it. So I think I can mute it for the stream.
There we go, Black. Did you hear Will's cough and/or drop? Let us know.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me cough? I mean, why not start off the stream on a high as we mean to continue? We've already covered off wrestling, which is always a subject that divides people.
Yes.
Oh, they didn't. Cass said they didn't hear me coughing. Good.
There we go. Your cough button is working, which is fine.
Lovely. I've got my cough button sorted. Then that's marvelous. I will say, talking about the coughing, it's very nice to be back, having missed the last Blacklist due to COVID-2 Electric Boogaloo. Not as fun as the title suggests, but not as bad as the first time round. It's just lingering.
Does COVID incrementally go up in numbers the amount of times you've had it? Because you must be on like COVID 23 by now.
That was only COVID-2, I think.
Yeah, COVID-19, COVID 20, COVID 21.
Yeah.
COVID 23, this time it's Omicron. COVID 24, I'm back, bitch. Whatever, I don't know.
COVID back for blood.
Yeah, COVID, the revenge.
Nice.
So Will, you are better. I've seen
more
you
or less. Yeah, more or less. I'm not contagious. Yeah. I just sound a bit like I've got a cold and I'm coughing a bit.
Hey, John.
But other than that, I am good to go.
Not to derail the chat already, right? But sequels, okay? What sequels were better than the original?
Oh. Well, there's an easy one off the bat. Because in my opinion,
no, he's gonna go straight for the Matrix. We're not going to allow this.
No, let's not go there because you guys are fools. But Empire Strikes Back, in my opinion, is better than Star Wars. That's what I would say. And I don't think too many people would disagree.
Agree.
Yeah, I also controversially prefer Back to the Future 2 than Back to the Future 1, but that's more controversial.
That's a good
Hellraiser 2, old Pinhead. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a Hellraiser film.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few because Harris is into it and showed me quite a few of those. But I don't know it well enough. I don't know, see?
Oh, Terminator. Oh.
Terminator 1, outstanding. Terminator 2, pretty outstanding. But is Terminator 2 really better than the original, the classic? With all that 80s montage? I'm not sure.
Toy Story 2, yeah, I'd probably agree.
100% down on that. It's got Kelsey Grammer in it for a start. Yeah. There's got to be others, hasn't there? Temple of Doom better than Raiders of the Lost Ark? No, I don't know whether it is. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I also agree with that. Aliens is better than Alien. I would agree with that. I think Aliens is a superior movie.
What about Jurassic Park 2?
Again, maybe I can stick this out there. I mean, Jurassic Park 1, meh. 2, meh. I mean, they always left me a bit cold.
What about when the third in the franchise is the best?
That's difficult. I don't even know if that's happened. Has it?
Die Hard.
What about, hang on, Mad Max?
Yeah, Mad Max 1 is pretty rubbish, to be fair. And is Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome? I need James's knowledge now, and he's frozen.
James is froze. Just that he's like, Mad Max?
Yeah, just leaving it.
I didn't know if he was like trying to really put forward a compelling argument by staying as still as possible.
John Winter, you need to look at yourself. No sequels are better. Hang on. We've come up with Empire Strikes Back, Toy Story 2. Those are non-debatable, surely. Surely. I can understand Back to the Future 2 gets a bit of debate. I've also never seen Die Hard 1.
Batman, the what do you call it? Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight is better than
Batman Begins.
I would agree that. And is the third one even better again? I'm not sure. I feel like they peaked in the middle.
I feel like they peaked in the middle.
So Beyond Thunderdome. Now, hang on a minute. Which one is Beyond Thunderdome? Is that three?
That's three. Yeah.
That's three. All
I've
right.
never seen a Mad Max film.
Have you seen Duran Duran's video for Wild Boys?
Yeah.
That you've seen Mad Max.
Oh yeah. I know the general vibe.
So lots of car chases, explosions. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Debbie Does Dallas Returns. I have no idea what that is, so
I'm quite pleased to say I've never seen Debbie Does anywhere, including Dallas or LA. I don't know. I'm aware of the type of movie it is, I believe.
We know what Debbie does.
Yeah.
He works really
apparently
hard.
all of Dallas. Apparently, you can see, which is quite a large cast membership, I would suggest.
Yeah.
No, that's not the title of our second album.
Sorry, but
Debbie
Raiders of the Lost.
What Debbie Does Black Lakes or Black Lakes Does Dallas?
I don't know. Yeah. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, Last Crusade was the best with Sean Connery. It was good. I think Raiders of the Lost Ark is overrated. Really, it's an okay film. It's enjoyable. But as has been pointed out to me before, Indiana Jones is completely superfluous to the plot. In other words, if Indiana Jones is not in the film, the same thing happens.
Yeah.
So his being in it is pointless, which is a bit strange for your main protagonist, really. He has no impact on the actual storyline.
I like that, though. I like that you can just sort of drop in and out on the story and it doesn't really matter.
It is kind of good. God, I watched that so many times as a kid. See, Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2. The problem I had, as a kid, I found Ghostbusters 2 so scary I couldn't watch it. Yeah, man, the guy
the guy in the painting is pretty scary.
Freaking right, I couldn't deal with him. So I can't watch it because he was
Vigor.
Yeah, Vigor. He bothered me. Yeah, absolutely. But Ghostbusters 1 is an all-time classic. Vigor wins on his own. Yeah, if you want to go for most scary, definitely Ghostbusters 2. They're terrifying compared to Ghostbusters 1. I mean, I loved Slimer. He was cool. Yeah. I don't be honest though.
I don't think they were going for particularly scary with either of them, but I'm, I'm glad they got.
You know what's really weird though is I've watched Ghostbusters so many times on television with the clean edit that I think it might have been on Sky or something. I watched the original again. I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgotten the ghost undressing Ray in the bunk bed's dream sequence. That's the thing; it gets edited out so much, where basically he's dreaming about having an interesting evening with a ghost. But yeah, you forget that's even in it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it means. It's been edited out so much. Ghostbusters 2 had pixel. I did like the Statue of Liberty bit in Ghostbusters 2. That was good. That was an enjoyable.
But it's not as good a climax as the Stave Puff Marshmallow Man.
No, nothing would ever top that.
There's Dallas.
We've moved on from Debbie.
Sorry, I'm having tech issues.
James hasn't.
No.
Debbie does the Stave Puff Marshmallow Man, apparently.
I don't
Nice.
long.
Nice.
We are obviously talk of which sequels are better has grown the audience exponentially. We've got loads of people weighing in.
Wayne's World 1 or 2. I think 1 just
Oh.
clinches it.
I like 2. It's probably it's a more coherent piece as a film, but I don't know. There's something about the original it's so budget that it's quite funny.
Do you know what? I'm ashamed to say that I met someone at work today, a colleague that I'd never met before, and his name was Garth, and I walked away from the conversation with him, and 2 minutes later I was telling someone else that this new guy I was just chatting to called Wayne, blah blah blah, and I literally told everyone that I've been talking to this guy called Wayne, and I was like, oh my god, like Wayne and Garth, just had it in my head that I started to say Garth the first time I told someone, and I was like, no, that can't be right. It must have been Wayne.
Yeah. His name was genuinely Garth. Yeah, no, indeed. Jaws 1 epic. Agree. Everything after that is rubbish. I do agree. Even Michael Caine gets in one of those. It's really surprising. Is that Jaws 2? I think Michael Caine's in, or 3. I'm not sure.
Now we've moved on from what has a better sequel to what first entry into the series shits on all the others.
That's most of them, to be fair.
Yeah.
There's only one Goonies. Agreed. Worst, although I'm sure.
Well, no, there's not. I'm sure there's not.
I think there is only one Goonies. Well, if there is more than one Goonies, there should only be one Goonies.
Yeah.
But I think you'll agree with me, Will, that probably the most awful sequels ever are probably to The Crow. Because The Crow is a film I love. And 2 and 3, you're like, this is just The Crow again with different actors. It's terrible.
One of them's got what's his name? David.
Yeah.
Boreanaz.
The one from Terminator 2, do you mean, or the other one?
No, the guy he played Angel in the Buffy series, I believe.
Oh, okay. I know one's got Kirsten Dunst in it.
Is it?
Yeah. I think is it Crow City of Angels, the third one, which has Edward Furlong as the Crow, and Kirsten Dunst is in that. Yeah.
Can I throw in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? I love Guardians of the Galaxy, right? First one blew my mind, but the second one, even better.
Yeah, 2 is good. Kurt Russell helps.
I mean, I'm not a fan of that Marvel Universe type thing, but I quite enjoyed that.
I don't know. I don't think Guardians 2 is as strong as 1.
Really?
Oh.
But that's that's an opinion for you, isn't it? Everyone's got
exactly. I like 2 just because of the South African guy, I think, in it. All right, mate. You want to get?
No, that's Thor. That's Thor, isn't it? That's the second.
Yeah, was that
Thor?
Thor? Oh, yeah, I love that dude. He's my favourite. Don't start on remakes. Some of those should not be done like Goonies. Apparently, there is a Goonies sequel there, but I've never seen it.
Remakes are another thing. Yeah, I like.
No, let's not go there.
Everything's driven by a desire for money, isn't it? So, like, if they feel like they can make a good stack of cash by playing on your heartstrings when it comes to your nostalgia, they're going to remake it, aren't they?
Sure, I do like this movie debate, though. A couple of things that are important to me here. Lost Boys is the best soundtrack, absolutely. Very, very likely, I'm sure that Blacklist will do a rendition of maybe all of the tracks from the Lost Boys.
The Crow's got a pretty damn good soundtrack.
It does. It's. I would give it jostling for position with the Lost Boys.
Yeah, same.
Dave Earl Tron was groundbreaking. If you haven't seen Tron Legacy, by the way, I thoroughly recommend. I thought it was really good. The newer one with Jeff Bridges, it was really awesome. Daft Punk soundtrack. It's got Martin Sheen in it, who plays like a kind of almost like an Access to the Stars type. I really loved it. Maybe you'll hate it, but I loved it.
Alison Thomas says, "Hello, sorry I'm late. This is my first time here." Now,
Hey,
obviously,
nice
being new to the
you.
Blacklist, you won't know this, but there is no being late because actually you never missed anything. You could join for the last 5 minutes and you still wouldn't really missed anything. The other cool thing is it's all available to catch up on demand whenever you want. You can just
hit that like button and subscribe.
Oh, nice! Look at this, a real professional you are now. I'm impressed, James. I'm impressed.
Don't forget to hit the bell and get notifications.
You should do that though. I mean, I sigh, but you should do that. It really does help us out. If you
I kind of like the fact that we never do that sort of thing as well, if you know what I mean. But I've never heard the Spawn soundtrack. Someone said the Spawn soundtrack was good. I've never heard the Spawn.
Oh, I think that's quite a lot of like metal and stuff on there. I believe maybe some Korn got on there. I think.
I know Harris always constantly goes out about the Judgment Night soundtrack, which is apparently an awesome soundtrack for a fairly average film, I think. But lots of love coming out for Tron Old and New. Feeling that. Well done, Blacklist. Awesome taste. I would agree. But yeah, hi, Alison. Welcome along to the madness that is Blacklist 24. You've only got the first 23 to catch up on. In fact, I'd recommend, in a very Keith Sutherland type way, literally watch them over 24 hours, 1 hour each, so you get a full day's experience.
I mean, there are quicker and easier ways to give yourself severe brain damage, but if you want to spend the whole 24 hours doing it, this will probably get you there. And yes, John has just said Queen of the Damned. Now, that soundtrack is an absolute banger of a soundtrack. All the original songs on there written by John Davis from Korn are fantastic. You may recall, guys, that when we first put out our demos to Dissident and The Divide, a lot of people said that we sounded like the Queen of the Damned soundtrack, which was really interesting.
And you loved that, didn't you, Will?
I absolutely adored it. I feel that we should be strongly pursuing that angle.
I wonder why.
I don't disagree. But I've heard some of the music from it and it sounds pretty good to me. So that's good.
John Davis' original songs are really cool, I think, and they also.
Guys, you could be super metal rock. Oh, Neil deleted the message. Whoa! I was halfway through reading it, Neil. You nearly were exposed to the world.
Wait, didn't he say something about? What was he saying?
I don't know. I'm sure he'll repost, etc. A poor soundtrack can ruin a film. I agree. What was I thinking of then? I think we should also spin up the topic a little bit with films that you really by right should have seen by now but haven't.
Oh no, because I'll just be like, I haven't seen that yet. And the worst thing is that I'm a student of film. I'm a media, like I've done my degree in filmmaking and like broken down iconic films to but I've never watched like some of the biggest ones, and people always think I'm taking the piss when I'm.
No, we were. I was kind of enjoying the fact that we're weighing on you. Have you ever seen I bought a vampire motorcycle? I can't say I have. Has anyone seen I bought a vampire motorcycle?
No,
I've
Not yet.
Hi,
No.
Red Fox. I have not seen that.
No, but I would like to. By the sounds of it, it's got vampires, got motorcycles. That's most of my boxes ticked straight out. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But no, I've never seen Die Hard, which seems to upset people a lot. It's like, how can you have not seen Die Hard?
Are
I'm
you,
aware
are
of the
you
plot.
going to? Are you going to sort that problem out?
My first ever Die Hard I watched was Die Hard 4, Die Hard with a Vengeance with Samuel L. Jackson.
No, whoa. Die Hard 3 is Die Hard with a Vengeance, and it's awesome.
Oh, okay. That's the one with Samuel.
Tread lightly, because you tread on my dreams here. So
Right, because I'm aware of See You at the Party. I've seen all the lines, so I'm not sure if the film really needs to be watched at this point. I'm fully aware of the phenomenon that is Alan Rickman being chucked off the top of a building. I think eventually, isn't that pretty much what happens?
Oh, spoilers. Sorry if no one's seen
Sorry,
it
if you've not seen Die Hard like me, that's what happens apparently.
rest in peace, Alan Rickman, because he was a badass actor as well.
A quick shout on the third films being the best. Maybe Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon 2, good. Lethal Weapon 2, it's all right. Lethal Weapon 3, strong, in my opinion.
Not seen it.
Guys, if you could put together a super metal rock band members, dead or alive, who would you have in the band? Wow, yeah, that's cool. All-time members of our supergroup. I fell asleep in the cinema during Independence Day and didn't bother going again. Does that count? Independence Day's good.
Independence Day is an awesome film.
Yeah, Independence Day Resurrection.
Is it
Resurrection Resurgence? I'm not sure.
No, that's no good. That's no good.
It's terrible. But the first one's absolute classic. You've got to watch Die Hard. There we go. On my honor, Blacklist. This Christmas, I will watch Die Hard 1 for the first time.
I think we should get together and watch it.
That would be cool. Have a watch along. That sounds quite cool. What you think of Studio 666, the Foos movie? Again, not seen it.
Not seen it yet.
Not seen it. Obviously with oh my god, I'm having a moment. Thank you, Taylor passing. I didn't. I was too. I don't know what's happening with that movie. Was it on Prime? Is it on Prime or something? I don't have Prime. So, what about Eat the Rich with Lemmy? No, I've heard the soundtrack. I've never watched the movie.
Dave, of course, it's a Christmas film. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? It's set at Christmas.
Yes, and
the second one is a Christmas film.
Well, I think this is I think this has been defined by Christmas movies only count if Christmas is tangible or imperative to the plot, and I'm not sure Christmas matters in Die Hard. So therefore,
they go to his wife's Christmas party.
Bang. Okay, Christmas movie.
That's the only reason they're all brought together at the Nakatomi building is because of the Christmas party.
Unlike Indiana Jones, where Indiana Jones is completely pointless to the entire plot. Won't lie, I forget to watch movies. I'm constantly rewatching It's Always Sunny, so I haven't seen a lot.
I'm a new convert to It's Always Sunny. I'm about a third of the way through season 3. Daff subjected it to me subjected me to it, I should say, whilst we were up in Scotland for Wildfire and the gig in Edinburgh. Played a few episodes last night, and I was just absolutely in love with it. I'm so enjoying it.
I will have to check that out. I did manage to catch a bit of Frankie Boyle's tour of Scotland last night. And I think my favourite line goes, "I'm about to turn left into a mountain like Buddy Holly's Pilot." It's like,
nice.
I mean, Frankie Boyle can make me laugh in ways that others can't, just because it's so dark.
Yeah,
that did make me chuckle. But I'm sure Always Sunny in Philadelphia will equally make me chuckle if it's particularly sarcastic and seems fairly biting and cutting, it seems to me. So that sounds pretty cool. I had Vampire Motorcycle on VHS many moons ago. It was the cast of Boone. Holy shit. That takes me back. I remember that being a TV show that I never watched, but I do remember Boone.
I don't know what Boone is.
It's a TV show.
Boone was an ill-fated character in the first season of Lost. That's the only Boone I know.
We're missing our who would you have in the supergroup? Maybe we should only have one each as a 3-piece. So what would you, if you had to choose one? I think I'd probably know Will, but who would you have in the Black Lakes supergroup?
As in a group that we manage.
Well, the specific question was, if I can scroll back up,
if we could put together a supergroup of band members, dead or alive. So
who would you have in the back?
Okay, so this doesn't impact on our standing in our band. We're okay.
Yeah. We're not being.
I don't want to lose my job. I'd bring in Villavallo on vocals because he's got a incredibly impressive vocal range.
And that's the guy from Him, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. those who are uninitiated, Will is a big hymn fan, and that is a good thing. And has subjected me to many hymn songs, so I'm now more aware of him than I was back in the day. I think Wings of the Butterfly is big. What about you, James? Who would be your dead or alive top pick? It's difficult, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't have just one. So I think my supergroup, I'd probably put in, just to start off with, John Lennon, Jim Morrison.
What? I thought we were having one each. Like, what are you doing? You can't just
maybe,
start flooding the band with members.
Yeah, I can. Watch me go. So John Lennon, Elvis, and Jim Morrison on backing vocals, right? So they'll be the three in the background doing the shoot stuff. Maybe, yeah, exactly. Maybe John Bonham on drums. I'd probably have switched vocals between Kurt Cobain and Lane Staley up the front. That'd be all right, I reckon.
This is going to be a mess live.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, maybe I don't know, who'd you have on the guitar? Maybe Jack, maybe Slash on guitar. I don't know. He's pretty tasty. He can play a few riffs. And then maybe bass wise, I'd have Sean Yysip from White Zombie. She was an awesome bass player, well underestimated in my opinion.
Nice.
Not a bad band.
Max just asked if I'm seeing Bill on his next tour. The answer is yes, I am. Bristol and London.
Is he doing the solo tour? Is he?
He is, yes.
Oh, nice.
He's got his debut solo album coming out next year.
I would bring these comments in, but I don't know what they mean. Christina Scabia.
Oh yeah, what a voice! She's the singer from Lacuna Coil.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's me being uneducated there. Okay, yeah.
You ever heard of Buddy Rich?
Yes. One of the greatest drummers of all time. Absolutely. Randy Rhoads on guitar. I can understand that. You know, I like. I suppose I like my riffs a bit more chunky, which I'd go for someone a bit more metal. I think not that Randy Rhoads wasn't metal. I don't want to cause controversy here. I'm not saying. I don't know. I need something a little bit more modern than Randy. Something more grinding. Something a bit more. Yes, Christina is amazing. I've never seen Lacuna Coil either, or Evanescence. Not seen.
Both solid bands.
You've seen both those bands, haven't you, mate?
Yeah, a couple of times. Both.
So if you got a guy on vocals, who else have you got in your band?
Now all I can think about is just how good Christina Scavia is on. Like, check out the album Black Anima. I think it's like their latest, if not one behind now. I think they might be about to drop another one. The high note she hits in the chorus. Jeff Buckley.
Jeff Buckley. Yeah.
Dimebag is a shout on guitar. That's fair, I think.
Buddy Rich. Yeah. Buddy Rich.
Bring back Taylor for some drums. I can understand that. Although I think if you're going to have one drummer, I mean, you might think I'm controversial. I'd have
Lemmy on bass.
I think Scott's going to pick Lars Ulrich as the one drummer because of how high he holds him in regard.
Lars can't even drum as well as you will. And you can't drum. No offense to Lars Ulrich fans, he's not renowned as a particularly good drummer. Jace is a huge fan of Christina. They are amazing live. Nice.
I just need a bass player and I'm sorted.
Oh, Joey on drums.
Yeah. He even made Metallica better. That's a good ear.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. That would be pretty.
I've got my bass player. Who do I need?
Cozy Powell. I can understand that. I know you can't look too fast past Flea. Surely from the Chili's.
No.
Bang out an absolute. Or maybe Les Claypool. I mean, he's got some serious bass skills from Primus. Serious bass skills. Tommy Lee doesn't seem to be getting much publicity at the moment. It's probably because he's not snobbing anyone famous, I would assume. But
no, he is. I think that was a joke, mate. Given that he posted a full nude to his Instagram the other day and like broke the internet for
did he?
for a good few hours.
I don't pay attention to Tommy Lee's cock or any other part of his body, to be honest.
I didn't know what was going on, and then someone was like, "Have you seen Tommy Lee's post?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, it's been deleted." And I was like, "Well, there's nothing that Google can't help me with." Oh my god!
Wow, Craig Reynolds on drums, straight from the path. I like that. Now I have to say, Dave Earle has just won the internet, and that was stupid of me. Cliff Burton on bass. I mean, you'd have to. That would be.
Oh, hang on, Burton or Lemmy?
Definitely Burton for me. Imagine Cliff Burton on bass and Lane Staley on vocals. Holy sweet Jesus. What a combo that would be. Holy crap.
Gavin said about Animal from the Muppets on drums.
Understandable. Fine drummer. Underrated, I think. I think probably got his heyday in The Commitments, which is another good film, to be fair. I don't know if you've ever seen
But
that.
can you imagine any of those musicians actually functioning together as a band, just throwing them into the room and go, "Okay, be awesome."
Don't destroy our fantasy with trying to bring it into reality. It doesn't matter.
Carnage.
If John Lennon,
It would be
Elvis,
carnage.
and Jim Morrison, they're all going to get on famously. There are going to be no issue.
As the
I
backing
think that would be. I think
vocalists.
that's plausible. I think.
Do you know
that's
what it'll be like?
plausible.
It'll be like Band Aid 1985. Everyone come in and get on because Bob Geldof's there to orchestrate everything.
Or maybe if we get Bob Geldof to run the show, then yeah, we'll be
Yeah,
all right.
exactly.
And the other guy whose name no one ever remembers.
Midjur.
Midjur, yeah.
Yeah, he was in Ultravox. One of my one of my earliest memories is my parents blasting out Vienna on vinyl.
Vienna.
That's a dessert, isn't it? One of those like chocolate and
Yeah, man, for the rich
ice
only.
cream.
Viennetta.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry, that's Viennetta.
Viennetta,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
My nana used to feed me with that over her house as well. But yeah, so I have a very strong Viennetta and a Vienna memory.
Nice.
Yeah, Ultravox, John Windsor, Ultravox, quality band. But behave like the Moscow Peace Festival. Oh, Midge loved Ultravox. Ultravox getting the love. Honestly, great band. Gary Newman documentary I was watching the other day on Sky Arts. Haven't finished it yet. Really interesting to see. Obviously, I don't know. Forgive me. I don't know the name of the keyboardist or one of the keyboardists in Ultravox, but he was quite a big contributor to that documentary. It's really interesting. So if you've got a bit of time, Gary Newman Sky Arts documentary, strongly recommend. That was pretty cool. Got really dark, really heavy, kind of like. It's like, I'm not sure who's better at Nin now. Is it Nin or is it Gary Newman? Actually, I'm not sure if Gary Newman's doing a better job of the Nine Inch Nails than Trent is, to be honest.
Mac asks, have we watched the Woodstock documentary on Netflix?
No, I know you have, and you told
I
me
have.
vividly to watch
I
it.
started watching it. I've just gone past day one, and it is interesting.
I've not seen it yet, but I am aware of that event, so it'll be interesting.
It's a good documentary. It's kind of like compelling to watch. I think we rinsed it in one night just because it was very easy to get sucked into.
Sure. Yeah, no, understandable.
And I firmly put the blame at the feet of the organisers. Like I am so shocked to see how many people online are going on about Limp Bizkit. I mean, if you book Limp Bizkit and Limp Bizkit do a Limp Bizkit show, pay Limp Bizkit. Like they've done exactly what you wanted them to do. They put on a Limp Bizkit show. The problem was not.
Understandable. Well, I was dishonest when I watched Limp Bizkit. No one rioted there.
No. I mean, watch it and see what you think. But like the people, exactly. Pilgrim G says, what did they expect? Like the best part of the entire documentary, and I love how much footage they managed to get hold of. But my favourite part of that entire documentary was, I'm a massive Korn fan, and I have seen that Woodstock '99 footage of Korn's performance before, and I've never known any of the background around Woodstock '99, and I like just naively assumed like, oh, they must have a Woodstock every year, and that was the one that Korn were at. And so seeing it in the context of this documentary, and realizing that Korn weren't headlining that night, there was one more person to come, well, one more band after them.
Bush.
And it was
Yeah,
Bush.
Gavin Rossdale, yeah.
And you've got like it goes like you can see this crowd just going absolutely apeshit, and then you can see organisers talking about how are we going to calm this crowd down, what we're going to do, and then there's Gavin Rossdale just in the corner like shaking like a leaf, like completely pale, like thinking, how the fuck am I supposed to go out there and play like a Bush set after they're so and I mean fair play to him, he goes out there and he calms them down and he does the job, but like Jesus Christ, you can see him looking very, very worried about going up on stage.
Sure. Yes, it's an odd thing to. I mean, I assume Bush must be much bigger in the US than the UK. I mean, they weren't big-ish over here, but it seemed to be a much bigger deal over there. Much bigger deal. I watched the first episode. Gavin looked very nervous indeed.
We just hit 20 concurrent viewers. I think that might be a new high score.
Alison said, I actually saw the Boomtown Rats in Swansea the year before they did Band Aid Live Aid. Wow. Absolutely. That's a good tick in the box.
I got to say, I agree with Kaz. It's basically, I'm glad I wasn't there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That would have been very uncomfortable. Yeah, no, indeed, Bush is massive in the US. Because, again, I assume because he's been on American Idol or whatever it is. And, he's often gets on... guests with Breaking Benjamin and other big bands over there. Yeah, it was Sheryl Crow at that gig. I quite like Sheryl Crow.
Cheryl Crow was at the Woodstock gig. She was
Yeah.
she was actually really good. She like there's a whole bit in that documentary like sort of looking at the sort of sexism, like the misogynistic culture of the festival and stuff. And Cheryl's up there on stage and like all the like you can hear people in the crowd just yelling at her to take her clothes off and stuff.
Really?
She's trying to perform her set, and like at one point she just stops and she says something about like you have not got anywhere near enough like money or something like that. Like just slams this guy so hard. Like
He's thrown a curveball. I've just seen, right. It's like he's been reading our emails or something.
what about the guest vocalist?
Boys, who would you have a guest vocalist on one of yours? How do you know we've been talking about that?
I cannot confirm or deny that we
Yeah, well,
even know we don't even know what a guest vocalist is. Like, come on.
Sorry, how has that got out?
Next question. Next question.
All right, moving on.
That is an interesting question. I'm sure we could get. We've been talking about some things.
We're at the point now where we're just going to basically let Corey Taylor sing on one of the songs because he won't stop asking, and it's getting a little bit embarrassing.
Come on, Corey.
Right, how I tried to shoehorn something in about band because we've been verbal diarrheaing for 36 minutes and not said anything about band.
Is this
That's
your
why
first
people turn up.
Blacklist?
This is why people come. They don't come to hear about Black Lakes. They're here to come and listen to Black Lakes.
Do you want to talk about Black Lakes?
Anything else that's not Black Lakes?
Do you want to talk about some Black Lakes? What do you want to talk about, James? Do you want to talk about Friday?
No. I want to talk
You brought it up.
I want to talk about our fun night out at Castle Rock.
Castle Rock was absolutely awesome.
For anybody in the Blacklist who are here today, they go.
I'm pretty sure there's most. I think a lot of people were there that we saw.
So a lot of people there. That
we'll talk about Friday, but we're going to talk about last Thursday. Yeah, last
Thursday. Yeah,
Thursday,
what a fantastic evening! Incredible weather. John, it was lovely to see you there as well. As well as so many other people that we bumped into.
Yeah,
there was some very, very nice things said about our band. There's probably some awful things said about our band as well, but we just
behind our backs,
or we were too drunk by that point to care.
But yeah, no,
it was a good laugh. Great to see everyone.
Great bands, great performances.
I
great night.
Black before, I enjoyed them. I'm well aware of them. Obviously, I've not seen Mason Hill before, enjoyed them. Not seen Tribeless before, enjoyed them. Not seen them Damn Crows before either, enjoyed them. Although it really interested me, they did a whole like piano section in the middle. Was not expecting.
No, very good. Very good.
So good.
And thank you to everyone who has been onto that Big Day Productions Facebook comment about who do you want to see next year, and commented saying Black Lakes because I think they do read those comments. They don't just put it up for fun, and it really does mean a lot to us that you've as many of you put us forward as you have.
Yeah, so we it would be really quite half the band more or less live in Chepstow. We rehearse in Chepstow. We obviously bill ourselves as coming from Chepstow because it's the easiest thing. So to play what is extensively the biggest show in Chepstow and probably for quite some distance until you get to Bristol or Cardiff or City or Newport maybe, it would be very lovely. So we're you never know when there's nothing is ever guaranteed in this game, but we would very much love to play Castle Rock, which would be very awesome. And Mac was saying, sorry, that she can't be there. She missed it, but she'll be there Friday. Nice.
Looking forward to seeing you, Mac.
Looking forward to seeing you there, Mac. It was so nice to meet you at Trepstow. Yes, Teresa, hi. Yeah, great effort. Teresa lives in the northwest, so I assume Manchester-ish. Could be, somewhere around there. Please correct us, Teresa, exactly where you live. So it was lovely to meet you too, and put a name to a face, etc.
Neil66 says you are getting noticed. Trust me, that almost sounds like a threat.
Absolutely.
I read that and felt a little bit unnerved.
No, I saw Alan's list of bands that will never play Castle Rock. Right, Black Lakes, right, 2, 7, and 15 on that list. So here we are. We're being noticed to strike off. Ironically enough, maybe we get blacklisted.
Nice.
That's what I did there.
Yeah.
I had a photo pass for it, so this is a request. A photo pass for it. Oh, nice.
Awesome. So that means you'll get like loads of James grinning like an absolute madman.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And
I will stay out of the way.
my happy place.
With just being blown by my fan and go to the mic as and when I have to. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Friday. Obviously, it's been.
You know what I'm excited about?
I'm about to find out.
You are. It is the debut performance for my wireless mic.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
And you know what else is cool? I've customized it.
Oh, already?
Oh my god, what have you done?
Already.
What did you do?
Exclusively reveal.
Hang on. Guesses in the comments right now.
It's not that exciting. It's not that exciting.
Have you put a sticker on it?
No.
Put a sticker on it.
No.
You put a sticker on it.
I sprung a little extra to go completely black, so that the head of the microphone is now matte black as well.
Ooh, that is quite sexy. Did you spray that?
No, I bought one and I couldn't bother to spray it.
Oh, nice. I'll have to get one of them.
I was going to buy one. I was going to buy a can of spray paint and then a backup grill just in case I fucked it somehow. And then I looked at the cost of that versus the cost of just buying a black one, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just get a black one."
Sorry, everyone on the blacklist. If we knew that in a minute, can you get me one for my SM58? I've got to have that immediately.
Yeah, I can get you.
I've got to have a grill. Yeah, that is the coolest.
I shall sort you out. It'll come tomorrow if I order it before like.
Oh, amazing! And then it'll obviously distinguish my Black Lakes mic from everyone else's.
Bright pink, yeah.
A fluorescent green, actually, if you could.
Oh.
Yeah, I do love a bit of black, I have to say. Can't wait for Friday. Yeah, and Kaz, don't worry, you've been to many a gig. No worries that you can't make it there Friday. I know you'll be there in spirit, and I'm sure spinning us again at some point in the next few weeks, as you always do, and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. It was lovely talking to you properly at the Patriot last time. Light up. Yeah, no, I don't think your wireless mic lights up, does it? But the stand it goes on does.
And does.
So that's okay.
I mean, we could pour petrol over it and light it up, and that would make it go.
Yeah, that would
work. Warrington, Teresa Taylor lives in, which I think is in the northwest area, but I don't think Warrington's. Again, I'd have to Google it. I don't think it's that far from Manchester.
It's not that far from Manchester. No.
I think it's more towards Liverpool, isn't it? St Helens, Widnes, that way. Warrington, I think it's that way. Maybe wrong. Really do want to be there for it myself. Gav, would be lovely to see you. You can have Matt taking your photo with Black Lakes and all of that craziness, and check out the other bands, chat with us at the merch stand, go to the bar and have a beer. All of the crazy madness of rock and roll can happen. So definitely be there. Don't miss out. Yeah, no, I should be
sold. I think I'll come. Thank you. I will be there.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
Everyone have their best. Everyone who's coming back have their best singing voices on. You have to help me through from the crowd. I'm going to get you involved.
Audience
I'm
participation.
going to get you involved.
Definitely. Is that when we do our version of Cher's Shoop Shoop song? Yeah. Is it in his eyes? Oh no, there's justice. If you wanna know.
No, I was thinking of doing it during our cover of Living on a Prayer, so that everyone can do the wah.
I think that's too high even for John Bon Jovi, so there's no way we're getting up there. We'd have to drop it like 5 octaves. Whoa, we're halfway there.
As long as our intro music can be the Venga Bus, I'm happy.
Debs says, hoping my vest arrives for Friday. Debs, are you coming on Friday? Because if you are, I've not posted it yet because I need to get down to the post office. Any CD goes out straight away because they're pre-packaged and ready to go, but anything bigger I have to go down and do it. So I can guarantee you'll have it on Friday by bringing it with me if that is preferential to you. Failing that, I can get it in the post tomorrow, but it may not reach you in time.
Deb says she is coming Friday. Amazing.
Let me know what you would rather.
We will vest you up. And DM if needed, I guess, and all of that stuff. Although you can't actually DM on YouTube, though, can you? But
no,
you can
we have
on all the. I'm well aware of that. Yeah. Thanks, Will, for pointing that out. I had no idea.
www.facebook.com/blacklakes.
Do we have like a exclusive group in there as well? That
yes, yeah. And I do know the address is www.facebook.com/groups/blacklakes. That will reveal to you the blacklist.
Will you have vest tops on Friday? I believe we
will, Neil. But to clarify, they are women's vest tops. I've tried one on. They don't look quite right on a male figure.
But I want one, so we're going to be making, I'm sure, male vests at some point. Where's the disclaimer gif, Will? Just in
Hold
case.
on, hold on. It's up. It's going. We're
Yeah.
disclaiming. What are we disclaiming?
We would like to make male vests at some point, but we don't know when
Yeah.
it will happen. But,
Just remember that Black Lake's muscle tops don't give you muscles. Okay, you got to do that shit on your own. Okay.
Cough drummer merch cough. We will. If I don't know if you're coming Friday, Pilgrim G, but we will beat up Dav for drum merch. Although once again, there may be some drum related paraphernalia that may or may not be signed for maybe some. Yes, should we leave that there?
Yeah.
Warrington is about halfway between the Manchester and Liverpool. In other words, I nailed it, Teresa. I'm like spot on. Isn't it slightly close to Liverpool? In fact, it's equidistant. I was right on both accounts. I'm taking that. Neil 66 owed me a vest top for driving. Nice. I like that. So you're giving the lift.
Well then, yeah.
You can have the beers, and then he's getting you a vest top for that reason. That is awesome.
All right, guys. I will get that in the post for you first thing tomorrow morning.
The missus would have known. Hang on, let me just try. Not for me, Will. The missus, you have been noticed. I'm not quite sure what Neil means there. Maybe the rums are going a bit too well at this stage. You'll have to clarify yourself there, Neil. Oh yes, we will be there. It's our next road trip. Yeah, I think people are coming from Plymouth and shit, which is. We hope to make it worth your while, that kind of distance.
I mean, and let's face it, if we fail to make it worth your while, you've got Scarson and South of Salem who will 100% make it worth your while. So even if you go away from that night going, fuck me, weren't Black Lake's terrible, at least you can also go away going, but you know who really saved the night?
How do you know that's what I think at every gig? It's like, God damn, we're awful. Jesus, we're not. I don't really believe it.
Alison, the dog's called Pan of the Wild.
Pan of the Wild.
Pan of the Wild.
Those that just from sheer coincidence have been here a while. Pan's has been known to basically try and grab the limelight from us on a Tuesday and previously a Wednesday.
Yeah, so we see quite a lot of Pan on these streams, don't we?
I think it's the only reason why people tune in, to be honest with you.
I mean, his TikTok channel is more popular than ours, so that says a lot, doesn't it?
I put 2 new videos up for him tonight.
Did you?
Yeah.
I must admit, I've not been on TikTok in a long time. I kind of fell off the TikTok thing.
A lot of people quitting that social media thing for all the mental health stuff. It's yeah.
You know that Tom Holland has taken a break from social media, and then the headline that came up on my phone was Holland quits social media for mental health, and I was thinking, wow, the entire country like just up and quit social media. And when I clicked on it, I was like, oh, I'm dumb.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh, so I'm only drinking water tonight. You know, I'm being very, very good.
Why?
In a desperate effort to get myself more recovered by Friday, I am avoiding alcohol and carbonated drinks, which is quite a struggle. I have a significant reliance on at least 1 can of Monster per day, which is terrible but true. So I've been dealing with some pretty nasty headaches the last couple of days because I'm not getting the amount of caffeine that I was getting daily.
So you're hoping for sponsorship. This is like a threat to Monster that if they don't sort their shit out,
they've lost a lot of income in the last few days.
They'll lose a valued customer.
No, I just want my throat to be better by Friday, so I am simply no carbonated drinks, no alcohol. I know that caffeine's also bad for your throat, but I can't not have any caffeine, so I've just gone back to coffee for now. But Red Fox says he'll be running off to pee after each song. It's like they're our practice space. I mean, this is exactly what happens. I drink like big 2-litre bottles of water as we're going, and I'm constantly going off to pee.
Well, I noticed there's a few people. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. My internet popped, but there's a couple of people there talking about not drinking on Friday. And again, while we're sharing, it's not a bad one, but I have a gluten intolerance, which means pretty much nearly all beers are useless for me. So if you ever want to have a sober buddy at a Black Lakes gig, 99% of the time I'm your man because I can't drink there. I can get gluten-free beers at home, which is nice, and I have 1 or 2 of them occasionally. But yeah, don't ever feel like you're not drinking alone. It's
I don't drink Black Lakes primarily because I
No.
got to drive.
yeah, exactly. So we're usually just high on life, as they say.
I have a great time. Like, it's one of the rare occasions you can go out and have a great time without alcohol. But I think we're in a very fortunate situation in that we can substitute alcohol with the insane adrenaline rush of being on stage and getting to just do what you are fully committed to and love. You know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's enough for the people that come and seem to, despite our best efforts, like our music. Like, no matter how hard we try and go, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Hey, this is a bit strange, but people seem to keep persisting to turn up, come to the front, and sing the lyrics, which is always
mind-blowing.
It is literally a mind-fucking moment. You're like, what's going
wait
on?
for album 2, we'll clear that stage, right? We'll clear that room. Don't worry.
Yeah.
No one will be there to sing after that.
With the shit we're putting out next, trust me, you're all going to hate it. What stage would you play? Sorry, I missed that comment. Where is it? Good comments about said. I'm looking
Guys,
forward
if you
to.
could play any venue, where would it be?
I think the big thing. It would be nice to do Download. That would be nice. That would be a nice stage to play, I have to say. Locally, for me, I would happily be loving it playing Castle Rock, Newport Centre, or the Motorpoint in Cardiff, because those are all I've seen the vast majority of my lifetime's gigs across those sort of South Wales venues. So those would be pretty special for me.
I think I'd go with Brixton Academy.
Yeah, that would be a nice one. I've played the Camden Underworld. That was pretty nice. But I've never done Brixton, so Brixton would be nice.
Brixton Academy, like the amount of times I've travelled to London to see a band that I adore. Various bands that have played there over the years. I want it.
What about you, James? What would be your number one stage or venue you think you'd want to play?
That was really daft, but I want big. I want a big crowd. I want to experience.
You talking about
that.
like Wembley or something?
I guess I'd like to be on a big festival. I'd love to have that moment of walking out and seeing a crowd of people, and I know the majority of them. That's just what I would love. They're down the front. It's like,
you know how Gavin Rosdale looks in that documentary, James.
Yeah,
that's how I would look if we were, but way worse.
Oh, I dream of that of that moment. Just to
it goes
get out there and see everyone, and then like those moments where people are singing back our songs and we've experienced that, that on a huge scale.
I always find it easier at the bigger gigs. I don't know what that is, but the smaller the gig is, the more nervous I get.
Oh yeah, I'd rather perform to like when we stepped out and there's about 100 people or whatever. That is more.
It's kind of
easier than when there's like 20 people. But when there's like 50,000 people, it might change slightly.
I think they're so far away at that point. It's kind of like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'd like to find out. It would be nice to know. How nervous do I get in front of 50,000? Who knows?
I mean, I'll do it for science if the opportunity comes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a lot of people chipping in with the no drinking and loving this. So I shall look forward to meeting you all as a non-drinking person at those gigs. Amazing. The new arena in Swansea. I've not been there yet. That looks awesome. I think Corey Taylor's playing there, isn't he? Just after. I think we're playing. Not Swansea Arena, but we're playing Swansea 2 days before. I think Corey's playing Swansea, so that's not bad. I'm sure
that's when he's in town to do our guest vocals.
Exactly, he's going to come early to check us out. I've got no doubt. So
can you imagine? Right, we bump into him and say, right, we've got this song. Yeah. Come on up to the to Black Lakes HQ and put some.
He loves South Wales. He wrote a song called Cardiff, didn't he, for Stone Sour? So. I reckon it's better to be around for a few days before.
I'm gonna be on socials and see if I can bag a Corey Taylor.
Right, you already got him to like your tweet.
That blew my mind. It was on Instagram. It was.
Instagram, was it?
It was real.
I think it was someone had made his face on a cappuccino or something. Yeah. I can't even remember what I wrote.
What you said was
maybe he's just espressoing himself.
And he liked it, and my tiny little mind just went.
Yeah. You had a comment liked by Corey Taylor, or or without breaking your bubble, Corey Taylor's People, whoever manages social media. But I saw Alice Cooper. I don't know how I never heard about that gig. Alice Cooper and the Cult playing at Swansea. I'm aware of it. Like, where was my email? I missed that. Yes, I think that is Sound Bay. Is that right? Is that what we're playing in October? I think it's Sound Bay, isn't it, Swansea? So yes, Alison. Hopefully see you at Sound Bay as well. Bloodstock would be good. I'm hopeful we could crack the Bloodstock nut. Maybe not quite as bigly as Machine Head did this year as the Secret Band. I'm not sure we're quite there yet, but still. Must be amazing to see
that'd be hilarious to get booked as the Secret Band and then no one actually knows who you are. that would always be worth it. Like,
5-minute warning, gentlemen. 5-minute warning.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shame anyone too much, but one of my favourite festival comments ever was, "Who's TBA? They're on like all 6 of the stages." And I'm like, oh no, that they're not a band. What that means is
what a great band name though.
TBA. Yeah, you get a lot of billing, you get a lot of press. Yeah. Must be amazing to see. Yeah, the Newport helicopter. Absolutely. Maybe we should start. I don't know. What should we start? The Chepstow something? Yeah, don't know what that'll be, but yeah. All right, yeah.
Everyone has to take off their trousers and swing them around.
Maybe everyone throws a shoe at the stage. I don't know. We'll come up with something, I'm sure. Something cool. Although why it's called, I know why it's called the Newport helicopter, but as someone from Newport, I can assure you that no one in Newport goes around swinging their t-shirt around their head. It only happens at Download or at Skin Direct gigs.
Well, it's Skinder's thing, isn't it? Aren't they from Newport?
Yeah, I think he is.
That's why it's called the Newport helicopter then.
I know, but it implies as if everyone in Newport is doing this all of the time.
I like to think they are.
Or people in Newport, travel by helicopter.
They didn't need to. They do this really fast, and they just take off. And they fly where they need to go. Newport,
it's an escapee from the prison being hunted down by the police helicopter. Is what's going on in Newport. That's what the Newport.
That's good because when they get put back in prison, they can meet all of our fans that did the Chepstow helicopter with their trousers off that all got arrested. They'll all be in there together.
We can't have the helicopter. It'd have to be something else. It'd have to have the Chepstow gyroscope or the Chepstow moped or something.
I'll tell you what. I know what we can do. We can get them to take their shirt off and their trousers off and have the Chepstow Chinook. That's what we can do. Totally one up them.
I love that.
Can I just suggest people take off their trousers and we can have the Chepstow chopper?
Right, I'm going to edit that down. So it's just James saying, can I suggest people take off their trousers?
It's descending.
3 minutes left.
Just 10 minutes. Oh, that's cool that you live 10 minutes away from the patty. That's pretty handy. So I would mention food, but here goes Marmite, yes or no? For me personally, I'm neither. I like Marmite occasionally, but I neither love it or hate it. I'm indifferent. I like it, but not that much.
Do you know what? Marmite on toast, just get it away from me. Give me a packet of Twiglets, and I will devour that thing. Like, what is that about?
That doesn't make any sense. I know what you mean, though. I can have like one slice of Marmite on toast, but I couldn't eat it a lot. Definitely not.
I can't believe you started the Marmite discussion 2 minutes away from us, like finishing the Blacklist.
Yeah, you do realise that you've just opened up the second hour.
I like I wish legacy bands would routinely invite emerging bands to support them. That does happen, but not as much as you'd like, which is a bit sad. Light your fart and call it the afterburner. I like that. Afterburner. There we go. Or maybe in your case, everyone should wear kilts and like do kilt flashing or something, up kilting.
No. How about the Chepstow clap? One clap, done.
Chepstow clap. I mean, that's more claps than we get now, so that's pretpretty good.
I think can I just stop us there? The Chepstow clap. No. No.
It's something you've already had.
Can we edit that one out as well, please?
We should move on. Someone's agreeing with Terry, but I don't know what Terry said to agree with. So, although I think she said
they're awesome. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we're 60 seconds. We'll have to do final thoughts so that we wrap this under an hour.
I've got nothing. The only thing I keep thinking is that James has said, "Take off your trousers and get the Chepstow clap." Like, I just don't know what else to say anymore.
Next, Scott.
I mean, what the final thought is that then hopefully see you Friday for much rock and roll and chatting and having a fabulous time in sunny Crumlin.
Crumlin. James, the last 20 seconds, sir, are yours.
Star Trek, Wrath of Khan. God!
Yeah, that's a better sequel than the original, although I like the motion picture. I think Wrath of Khan is a superior movie, just to bring it full circle. I think that's fair.
Right, well, I mean, yeah, why not?
People said, what about Vegemite? I've never had Vegemite. I've only had the Marmite. I've never had the Australian derivative. Anyone eating Vegemite?
That's an hour. We're not talking about Vegemite. We're
All right,
going.
not had that.
Better to leave them here and let them want more than to carry on dribbling into the night, and then maybe they want more. Who knows? Right. We'll see you guys on Friday if you're there. If not, same time. Not next week, but the week after for more Blacklist. See ya.
Cheers, guys.